if I offered you something that was guaranteed to improve your brain health and your heart health, it had a lifetime warranty, it needed no equipment, and you didn't have to put in a dime, the only catch was that you'd have to give up from 45 minutes to an hour of your time, not every day, but just at least 3 days a week. Would you accept that offer? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory and recall challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As an educator, I'm kind of used to sweetening the pot when it comes to trying to get students to buy in to that what I'm trying to do with them, to get them to say, okay, I want to do that. And with exercise, it is critical that you continue exercising for your life. It is so good for your brain and for your heart. Now, I'm trying to get you to commit to a regular exercise routine if you haven't put yourself on one already, or if you're on one, to make sure you maintain and keep it going. And can you believe it? It's free. Free. So that should get you started if nothing else will. Now, did you catch my video a few days back? It was on exercise. It was called The Fountain of Youth. And lots of people are calling exercise the fountain of youth. So that should give you a hint, a little clue as to how important it really is. But if you didn't catch it, it's on my Facebook page, Keep Your Brain Sharp. And so you can go on that page and check it out there. But today I wanted to talk about 3 exercises that are good for your brain and good for your heart, that a lot of people, instead of maintaining them or increasing them as they get older, they stop doing them and slack way off doing them. You heard people say stuff like, girl, I'm about to retire, and when I retire, I'm not doing nothing. I've worked hard all my life, and I'm about to sit home and relax. I'm gonna chill. You may even have said that yourself, or you're dreaming about doing that very same thing. But you know what? If you're going to have that attitude regarding exercise, what you're going to be doing is prematurely aging your brain and damaging your heart and your brain as well eventually. So that's not the best idea. You hear people talking about what they used to do. You know, I used to be, a bodybuilder. I used to lift all these weights. I used to do 50 push-ups. I used to run this, how many miles every day. And the word I hear is used to. It shouldn't be about used to. You should continue those things because that's what your brain and your health needs. So we're going to talk about 3 things where you can get kill 2 birds at 1 stone, because it'll be helping your brain and it'll be helping your heart. Okay, so the first one is strengthening exercises. Strengthening exercises, and you can do strengthening exercises using your free weights like your barbells or your dumbbells, or you can use the weight machines, the presses and all that, or you can use resistance bands, or you can use your own body and have your body being your resistance. So there's really no excuse for not doing some kind of strengthening exercise. And like I say, a lot of people used to back in the day, and they'll tell you back in the day all the things that they used to do. But you know what? As you age, it's really important that you keep that up, because strengthening exercise, first of all, it creates lean body mass. And so it's helping out your arteries. It's putting less pressure on your arteries by having the lean body mass. Also, it fights all that belly fat. You know about that belly fat. That's not what we want to have as we get older. You know, so if you get rid of that and keep that lean mass, that's going to decrease your risk for heart disease and for things like dementia and Alzheimer's, right? And also, believe it or not, it eases your anxiety. You hear about people that say they really love to exercise. They feel better when they exercise. They use it kind of like their meditation activity because they feel so good. And that's what exercise does too. And it eases your anxiety and your depression. So it's going to change your mood. It's going to make you feel better. So you want to get that strengthening exercise. You want to keep that strengthening exercise going throughout your lifetime. Not cut it off when you retire or when you stop working or when you stop being in sports or something like that. So strengthening exercises are very, very important. The second exercise that you should continue doing throughout your life is stretching. Your stretching exercises. Once again, people make the mistake sometimes because they're no longer an athlete, they're no longer on a sports team or whatever, their class got discontinued or whatever. That was the only time they really did any stretching. And so now they're not doing any stretching, and that is a mistake. It's going to be harmful to your heart and harmful to your brain because the stretching actually increases the blood flow that's going through your arteries. And you know, if the blood flow is increasing, you know that's going to be also helping your brain. It's going to lower your blood pressure. That's right. And so you want to keep doing that. And also, if you're continually stretching on a regular basis, you're going to be able to do other exercises. You're not going to be all that stiff. You're not going to have all those injuries. So stretching is the second thing that you want to continue doing and not stop just because you're retired or stop because you're getting on in years or whatever the excuse you want to have because you're no longer on a softball team or whatever. Continue stretching. The third exercise that you really need to do, I'm sure you're already aware of it, is aerobic exercise. Yeah. And people are usually pretty good. You know, that's usually the first kind of exercise they start doing. So I put that at the end. Aerobic exercise, because aerobic exercise is going to condition your heart. So it's going to make your heart stronger, able to do its job better. It's also going to get that blood circulation going through your body. Correct. And it also is going to really be good if you make it like burst training or the HIIT exercises, which is the high intensity interval training. I always kind of think that through. High intensity where you go fast for a little bit and then you slow it down. And then you have another burst speed as fast as you can and then you slow it down. That's actually better. You get a better conditioning that way. And so that's the kind, but any aerobic exercise will do. And so if you don't want to do it that way, cool, fine, no problem. Do you? Just make sure you get that aerobic exercise in. Okay, so those are the three kind of exercises that you should still continue. Don't do less as you age. Do maintain it or even do more as you age. Your strengthening exercises, your stretching exercises, and your aerobic exercise. All three. Don't slack off of them. Okay, so if you want some tips regarding each one of those on my Facebook page, Keep Your Brain Sharp, I just put a list of tips and strategies and things concerning each one of those exercises. So just go on the page and find that. If you don't find the post that I put up a little while ago, you can look in the guide section because it's going to be in the guide section as well under charts and lists. So go ahead and take a look at that. And have you checked out my YouTube channel? Yes, Keep Your Brain Sharp. Go check that out. Subscribe to it because then you'll know when I post up another video. And I do that, 2 or 3 times a week. I'll put something up there on that YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to that. Keep Your Brain Sharp. Because what's good for your heart is also good for your brain. And your brain's destiny is in your hands.